pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We are now under the Jobs Development Authority meeting, and we will have the approval of the minutes of September 15th, 2025.
So moved.
Commissioner Pierce,
Second.
Commissioner Eulenkamp. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Approval of the minutes of October 6th, 2025.
Motion.
Commissioner Hatch,
Second.
Commissioner Kanowski. Any further discussion? No further discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 5, pay application number 3 for the single-family housing incentive project. Spencer?
Mayor Mo, members of the authority, total for the pay application, $118,500 for the completion of framing on 2 of those houses. Between today and the last meeting, we met with the 4 realtor agencies out there and assign each one of them a house. We'll give you a full update on that at the next JDA meeting, but everybody seems to be in good spirits, and we'll sign the open listing agreements here this week to get those out the door, and then the houses should be out there and marketed.
Okay. So is there a motion to approve the payment?
I'll make a motion to approve the payment of $118,500.
Commissioner Pierce,
Second it.
Commissioner Kanowski. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Kanowski,
Aye.
Commissioner Hash,
Aye.
Commissioner Eulenkamp,
Aye.
Commissioner Pierce.
Aye.
President Mo.
Aye, motion carried. And no other business to come before the Jobs Development Authority. I will now close that meeting and open up the City Commission meeting. And we need the approval of the minutes of October 6th, 2025.
Make a motion to approve.
Commissioner Pierce,
Second.
Commissioner Eulenkamp. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Nothing under awards and proclamations. Under public hearing, I will now open up a public hearing under the Renaissance Zone Project 27 of Devil's Lake. And is there anyone here wishing to speak to this at this public hearing on the Renaissance application?
So I can give you just a quick rundown on it real
Okay.
quick.
Okay.
So it's, we received a project application from Lisa Hawley to purchase and do significant improvements to the property located at 122 College Drive. And it's a pretty cut and dry. She's looking to buy that property and then do some renovations to bring in a couple tenants. Within the Renaissance Zone program, according to the new development plan that we created, it would be 181% investment. Based on that schedule, it would be eligible for an 8-year exemption period. Ms. Hawley is here. If she wanted to give a little bit more information as far as the details of what she's looking to do, I'd be more than happy to let her come up and speak.
Any commissioner have any interest in hearing any more? Lisa, if you want to come forward, please identify yourself at the podium and just tell us a little bit, let the commission hear what you're planning on doing. It's not, I know I'm in favor of it, but it's a good idea.
Good. Well, I'm Lisa Hawley. I know some of you, I don't know all of you, but I own Advanced Counseling for Change, and my husband, Scott, I think everybody knows Scott. He's probably the hardest worker in town, if you've ever seen him work. He owns Service Master, and right now we've run out of a very small building. And so we've talked for a long time about possibly opening up a new business and buying properties and fixing them up and selling or renting. And he's the worker for it. So I get to be this part of it, I guess. And so we opened, well, I have Enduring Properties. We try and keep our businesses separate. And he'll be one of my leasees, I guess, because it's about 6,000 some square feet in that building. And so he'll rent a big portion of that. Also, a big portion of the building is storage. And so we have another, my brother Nelson will probably lease some of that. And then for the offices, we need at least 4 offices in there. Right now there's 1. And so we would have to remodel that. We need a handicap accessible bathroom for my business because I take Medicare and Medicaid. And so it's got to be remodeled so that it can be accessible for that. And the more we add to it, the more my numbers go up. So what you had was probably the starting project. I don't know, it might get a little bigger. We'll see. But I sure hope you'll support us in it because in the future, if this goes well, we would like to do more properties. So, yeah. Do you have any questions for me?
Where's this at?
The old Durban construction building.
It'd be Eric Amenstead owns it right now, right between Free Chiropractic and the Dollar General. And so, looks like a big garage, but it's going to look better when we're done. I don't know about on the outside, but for sure on the inside.
Any other questions for Lisa? Okay, thank you, Lisa.
Thank you.
Okay, if not, we'll close the public hearing. And we will now open up, what's the commission's wishes to the application.
I'll make a motion to approve the application.
Second that.
Commissioner Kostelowski, Commissioner Pierce. Any further discussion?
It's great seeing somebody take advantage of this Renaissance zone. You know, in the 4 years I've been here, it's the first individual I've seen take advantage of it. And so thank you, because we need a lot of work on our businesses around here.
It's a good program.
And I'm just, thank you for taking.
Weren't you just repairing the sidewalk in front of there last week?
Yeah,
I thought so.
we had a bunch of guys together. You have to let them work when they're ready.
Right.
And who knows when the snow is coming.
Oh, you just.
Oh, careful.
I've been avoiding that S word.
Yeah, that's swearing here. Okay, if there's no other discussion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Congratulations. Okay, nothing under bid openings. No visitors or delegations. We'll now go into commissioner portfolios and Commissioner Kanowski.
Mike, got anything with sewer and water?
Nothing under utilities tonight, Commissioner. Zero questions.
Nope, no. Thank you.
Okay. Commissioner Hatch.
Anything from sanitation, Mike?
Nothing for sanitation tonight.
Engineering?
Nothing.
We're still working on some projects. We have some pay estimates that are due on the agenda, later on the agenda. We'll talk about those specific projects when we approve those. I have nothing else.
Perfect. Rob?
The only other thing I have is we're probably going to be looking at going to a regular set meeting date and time for our planning commission. Currently, planning commission just kind of meets when an application comes up. We try to set it up. It's taking a lot of staff time to really set those up that way. So we've had some discussions internally, and once we make a decision on how that's going to look, we'll let you know. But we're probably going to just go to a static monthly meeting, day and time, and then applications will have to adhere to a timeline to be able to be heard during those meetings. So just something to be aware of.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't have anything.
Dominic's not here, but have you heard anything about with the shutdown? Is that affecting our airport?
We're good.
We're good?
Good.
No anticipated problems?
Nothing at this point.
Great. It's good to know.
And numbers keep going up.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Just curious on that.
Yeah.
Okay, Commissioner Eulenkamp.
Mr. Craftsguard.
Just a couple things. One nice thing about the cooler temperatures is the mosquito activity has been a little less. I haven't even heard the mayor say anything about mosquitoes in his garage.
No,
recently.
yeah, you're lucky.
One other thing to discuss, Chief Toso and I have had some conversations along with Wade Charbonneau, our public waste supervisor, related to a meeting, public input meeting. We're looking at setting up a public input meeting for next Tuesday at city office from 5:30 to 7, talking about downtown parking and potential changes to our downtown parking. The signage downtown currently restricts parking on all streets and avenues in the downtown area every day except Sundays and holidays. So we're looking at potentially changing that and potentially changing it where there would be no parking in the streets and avenues Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in the winter months, and then Monday and Friday in the summertime when we actually do maintenance activities in the downtown district for roadway work. So we're looking at getting some public feedback with that, looking at putting some letters out to the downtown district, inviting people to attend the public input meeting or provide any comments or suggestions that they have. With that, we're also potentially talking about changes to the parking lots to coincide with the changes in the streets and avenues. So commission is invited to attend that meeting. Again, it's next Tuesday, the 28th, from 5:30 to 7 at city offices here. Don't know what kind of turnout we'll have, but we're going to send letters out. We'll put something in the paper and try and get something on our Facebook page as well as on the radio. It's a big change. The downtown parking has been this way for a long, long time. So before we make any changes, we want to make sure that we solicit the feedback.
I think it's kind of something that the downtown wants because it'll help some of the businesses out with some of the issues that they've had with tickets and stuff. So I'm hoping that it'll be a positive move.
Yeah, we're hoping that we would get feedback from not only the business owners, property owners, as well as residents that live downtown. So we can get feedback from, all different folks there to see what changes that they would like to see, things that we're doing well, things that work well, and things that we can improve upon.
Sounds good.
So next Tuesday,
Okay.
those letters will be going out. Other than that, that's all I have for the street portfolio. Unless you have questions, Commissioner.
I don't think.
That's it.
Good.
Good. Commissioner Pierce.
Scott, Chief.
Yeah, we're still scheduling school tours. That's October's school tours. So we got the mini age kindergarten center coming up on Friday. That's a big one. All kindergarten kids come up. So that one's a lot of fun. We have the Christmas tree up. Got that up the other day. It was nice out, so we planned for that. On October 28th, I'll be down in Bismarck, helping set some standards for firefighter 1 throughout the state. So there's that. And then we'll be participating in the trick or treat downtown on October 31st. So
Awesome.
that's all I got.
That's it. All right. We nothing really new for the LEC except for what's being reported in the news.
Yeah.
I know that last I heard was Star had to go speak or do an interview or something at the North Dakota the insurance.
Insurance reserve.
Yeah, what's that? Yeah, the reserve. Yeah. So just waiting for anything back from that. Also, we had a shade tree committee meeting that went well. And that's pretty much off my,
Just add on that LAC article. So the city of Devil Lake has not been served anything,
no.
right? And the sheriff is now Brian Lang. It is not Steve Nelson. So there's a lot of inaccuracies with that article that came out.
I was gonna say,
I was going back and forth with you and the chief over the weekend,
Yeah.
right? We have not been served anything.
Right.
I don't even view it as a city matter, really. It's an LAC matter, which involves a lot of different people. So just to clarify the record, I think.
Okay.
I didn't want to make a lot of comments on it because I don't know what being on the board, what is going to include. So, same with Lisa. So, as you see in the agenda there, got a little things update on there for you for the military appreciation banners. You can see what the design would look like. Hopefully, very, very similar to it. Okay, there might be small changes. You just never know when it comes to printing. So what I would like to do is ask for permission get a vote from the council on the ability to hang them downtown and along, was it 6th Street? I believe. Yep, 6th Avenue. And then for the city to provide the manpower to hang them up. And I'd like to, ask for that so we can get it going. I've had a lot of, I got the letters have been sent out for donations. If I don't hear anything back by November 1st, I'm going to put out the applications where people can download them off of the Facebook page that I have set up, but also put them at the VFW and any other business that'll let me. So they can start sending the orders in.
Have you got an idea how much they are yet?
Yeah, the banners are, we can do up to 100 banners,
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't go further.
$5,700 or $57 a banner. And the reason we went with those banners instead of local, I don't know what type of response I'm going to get from this. And I didn't want to be spending almost $200 a banner if it's not going to be a big response, being the first time doing it. So that's why the first time it's going to be $75 a banner. If we $57, so it'll be $5,700 if we get 100 banners. But we also, if we get more than 60, or 70 that we can hang downtown, we'd have to buy 30 more light pole brackets. And that's where I'm asking for the donations also, so that can go towards that, so it doesn't have to come off the taxpayer dollar. So it's a total of over 10 grand to do this program.
How many high school ones did we hang that one year, Mike? There was quite a few of those. Yeah,
The
that's
entire
kind of what I remember, yeah.
We have 70 in the downtown area.
70.
Yep.
That's readily available, and then there'll be additional banners where we could get our banner brackets purchased to put up.
Okay.
I wanted to
More
make
along.
sure if we went over that 70 mark, that we'd
Yep,
be able
yep.
to oblige folks and not have to turn them away.
No, absolutely.
So, the lower cost of them is the fact too, is that when it's done, we take them down and at the beginning of fall, the family can have that banner. It's theirs to keep. So if we go with the higher one that can be used year after year, the higher quality one, then we would keep those
Okay.
and be able to reuse them. But the lower quality, I wanted to see what type of response we got. Then the family members that purchased them can have them. Because I know that, they're not going to last 2 to 3 years like some of the banners that we
The
have
wind
to.
takes a toll on them.
So if there's any other questions from that, this is all through a nonprofit that I started with the state. So it's, I got the EIN and everything's good to go on my end. So I'll just handle all the logistics and stuff with this.
So you
I think it's great.
need a motion to approve you to go forward with it?
I would appreciate it, just to make sure it's okay with the city so we can continue on.
And use the city forces to install.
To install them and that it's okay with you to hang them in downtown and along 6th Avenue.
I'll make that motion.
We got a motion from Commissioner Eulenkamp. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Commissioner Hatch. Any further discussion? There's no further discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
And I'll keep you all updated as this goes along.
When and how can people contact to get a loved one a banner?
Like I said, November 1st, I will have the applications online. And they put it in the talking points at the radio station, so I'll have contact information along with them. Kurt already contacted me from there, and I'll have them at local businesses and I'll announce those and give those to the radio station once those all line up, so folks can get access to them. They have my phone number at the radio station. They got my email address. We put it out on the coffee time that was aired this morning, and hoping we get a good response and show the patriotism we have and the love we have for our veterans.
And they'll be hung pretty much all summer long, is that? the-
Starting on May 1st, starting Military Appreciation Month.
Okay.
And then we can even have, I was thinking of if these are hanging and a loved one would like to watch theirs or get a picture in front of their loved one's banner, whatever they want to do, I can go out and make this a community type thing. But that planning can come later. I just want to get this going.
I think it's a great idea. I like it. Okay,
And that's all I have for you. I'll be gone, Mr. Mayor, starting Thursday. I won't be back in town until the 30th. So if you need me, just give me a call.
okay. Come on, Chief.
Mayor, we basically selected Corporal Russell Anthony. He'll be the next task force officer.
Okay.
That's contingent on us hiring a new patrolman, and we just opened that up here Friday last week. So Other than that, that's all I got, unless you have any questions.
No?
Can I ask him a question?
Yeah,
Mr. Manager?
absolutely.
What's the ordinance on parking in front of fire hydrants? Is there one in town? Because I couldn't find one in our city ordinances. Is there anything in the state that?
There's a 10-foot,
Yeah, it's, well. 10
is that century code?
Yeah, century code.
Because I was driving the other day, and what brought that to my mind was people were parking right on the corners, even when the signs are there saying can't park from here to here. You know, I was just wondering if we can start
It was
looking
10
at
foot either side. is
enforcing that. And as I'm driving
century
by,
code.
I'm seeing everybody parked in front of the fire hydrants. And what's that going to do for our fire
Yeah,
department?
just make sure you call it in too if you see anything like that.
Okay.
My
So
wife
I
got
didn't know
a
if they
ticket at
can,
the college for doing that. Thought she was special.
so I didn't know if they're out on patrols, if they could start ticketing and show some kind of,
Oh,
She
yeah,
did.
sure.
Other convention.
because I think we should really start enforcing some of that
Mhm.
because that's really dangerous parking on a street corner
Yeah.
and dangerous parking in front of the fire hydrant when we shouldn't be.
I 100%
So
agree.
that was just a question.
Yeah.
You know, there's a fireman's dream out there, the car parked in front of the fire hydrant, you know, break, especially when it's a police car.
Right through the window, right?
There was many times we could have probably done that. Run the hose right through the window. Yeah,
We're there for fire truck safety though.
there you go.
That would make a big
Okay.
deal if it wasn't such a safety hazard.
No,
In
it,
my eyes,
it,
it's
it
something
can
that
be.
Should be
I
followed.
think it's still $15 too for that fire.
Yeah, when my wife got her ticket, it was $10, I think, but
For the fire.
for parking in front of a fire hydrant, yeah.
Either way, if we
And
don't start.
During the
enforcing
fire convention as the chief, yeah, that was a real impressive ticket. And she thought I was gonna pay it.
Commissioner Pierce, we should up that locally to like $50.
That would be, well,
Yep.
I'd love to raise a lot of funds, but
But we don't have that authority to go above century code.
Yeah. That's good.
Okay,
thank you,
Enough,
Mr. Mayor, thank you.
okay. Anything for the chief other? Okay. Spencer?
Just a quick update, I suppose maybe on behalf of the chamber, there's the social, the 99th annual chamber meeting, annual meeting and celebration of business, 4:30 to 5:30 social.
Are you
That's
you gonna
afterwards.
plan on being there?
I aspire to, yeah,
Yeah, so do I. Okay.
but
Hmm?
the city
Right,
is,
good. Oh, well,
City
yeah,
is a
you've got
major-
Somebody over there. Wednesday night.
so the city's obviously a premier sponsor of the chamber, so.
I'll join you from Arizona.
Oh, that's right. You're gonna be basking in the sun. Okay.
And then at the next meeting, we're gonna put forward an ordinance for your guys' consideration regarding the sale of city property. Right now, we have the bare bones ordinance for the sale of city property at anything above $2,500 needs to be publicly bid, right? Like the Ackerman lots that we just advertised publicly bid. There are a majority of, we'll say, the cities of reputable size have ordinances that give the commission a little bit more leeway and authority on whether or not they want to engage in a private sale of city property versus just an open public bid process. And so we're going to bring something for your guys' consideration to see if there are some circumstances where you'd want the city commission to be able to determine, hey, we've got city property in excess of the $2,500, but we want to engage in a private transaction because we want to create some sort of a development or whatnot, and basically give the commission leeway to determine, hey, it's in the city's best interest to go for public bid, like those lots, to make sure that we get a good quality and fair price for it, or hey, we have this city property, we really want to see something like this done with it. We have somebody that can get the project done. Can we engage in some sort of a private transaction? And so it would be something a little bit different to how the city has conducted itself as far as the sale, disposal, and purchasing of property. But there are, I mean, Williston, Watford City, Dickinson, Grand Forks, Fargo, they all have kind of different ordinances through their home rule charter that give them a little bit more leeway. And so we're going to work with the city attorney, put something before you, but just want to let you know that that's going to come.
So everything?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll move on to old business. We have nothing at this time, nothing under the consent agenda. Under new business, we have the Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota renewal agreements. Anything that you want to add to that there, Spencer?
I think it's pretty self-explanatory. We kind of do it this time every year. We talked about the changes to the health insurance plan. We talked about the changes to the rates. We set the rates, but this is our necessary documentation that we need to have signed with Blue Cross Blue Shield. Primary thing is the stop loss premium in there. It is the same as it was when we spoke last. And so this is just the necessary next step forward to getting that completed.
Okay,
What's the motion to approve?
Commissioner Pierce,
I'll second.
Commissioner Hatch. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Kowski.
Aye.
Commissioner Hatch.
Aye.
Commissioner Ewenkamp.
Aye.
Commissioner Pierce.
Aye.
President Moe.
Aye, motion carried. Item 2, award of bids on a public ways pickup. Mike, you want to, something to,
Included in your packet is a memo outlining the bids that were received for the vehicle. I don't know, Mary, do you want me to go through the memo or?
just touch on what you're,
Basically,
What's your
there
thoughts
were low bids, the two lowest bids that were received. One was from Bassett Motors out of Carrington in the amount of $43,827. The next lowest bid was from Lake Chevrolet for $46,400. Subsequent to the bid, Lake Chevrolet had reached out to me and had addressed some things with their bid. I mentioned that they had included running boards and a bed liner within the vehicle. That wasn't part of the specification package and it wasn't noted within their bid sheet. But they had mentioned if those two were removed, their bid would be $43,225, resulting in them being the lowest bid. I did look back at the public ways vehicles. The vast majority of them have some age on them as well as miles. All but one has they all have over 100,000 miles. I looked at some state auction prices, and state auction prices for some vehicles that are 8 to 10 years old and have 100,000 miles on them with hail damage are in that $13,000 to $15,000 range. So it appears, based on that, purchase of a new fleet vehicle for the city in a public ways setting where we receive 8 to 10,000 miles per year makes sense. Based on the bids as advertised, there is some benefit for going local. Obviously, local purchase is always looked at. Right now, the bids that were submitted, the Bassett bid was nearly 6% lower, or the
Well, here's my question with that. Does that set a precedent that after the bid's open, you can call when you know what somebody else bid on and say, you know what, I changed this to this just to win the bid? To me, that's a little sketchy,
Yeah,
and it shouldn't be done that way. Because if we start this now and do it that way, then we're opening ourselves up for other bids. To me, that's crooked and shouldn't be done that way.
The reason why I bring that to the commission agenda or commission attention because the commission has the right to waive technicalities and award the bid in the best interest of the city. Many times, the best interest of the city commission in the past has awarded to local bid that wasn't high bid or wasn't low bid, right? So if we're going to purchase a vehicle locally, I think we need to purchase a vehicle that meets our specifications and doesn't have to go beyond those specifications. And so if we're purchasing local, it would be, the lower dollar amount. I don't think that we need, fancy running boards. We'll put running boards on a vehicle. Some folks need running boards to get in and out of some larger vehicles, but we can do that on our own. You also have to take into consideration warranty work. The dealers have to provide warranty service for vehicles that are under warranty, right? It's just a matter of, can you get in today to get that service engine soon light addressed, or are you going to be on a waiting list and we'll see you in 3 weeks? I mean, let's face it, that happens, right? If there's local purchase, you're given preference. Not saying that will happen, but that's just the way the world works.
any other discussion on?
So
I would just,
the numbers are outlined in the packet on what we could proceed with. I just put that all out for the commission, and it's a commission decision on where the purchase is made.
I think two things. Number one, I hope we pass the burden of proof to prove that this vehicle is warranted to purchase now, given that we've got 5 of the 6 vehicles over $100,000, and the one that wasn't was just now getting some repair work, we'll say. And then number two, Mike's talking about, the local and the bids and all that sort of stuff. The only thing, at the end of the day, it's like, do your job. Okay, so I'm just going to alert the, commission. If we've got a bid process and we've got, we got local and we've got outside bidders. If we've got an outside bid that's at 6% lower and you don't award the outside bid, you're probably not going to get another outside bid anymore if you went for another pickup. You kind of get what I'm saying? Like the outside bidders aren't going to. So if you want, if you go with the local choice, you're probably going to end up in a reality where you're only going to get local bids now. And if you only get the local bids, well, there might be a $3,500 delta between that and what the low bid is, like in this case. So I think we all like supporting local. I think we all probably drive local cars, right? But that's just the reality here for the city right now, and it's open bidding process.
We do compare the bids to state bid. In this particular case, state bid is higher than what the low bids received were. In the past, we've bid vehicles and there was a significant difference between the local bids and state bid, and we purchased off state bid. When there isn't that significant difference, then the commission weighs in. I did visit with a gentleman from Bassett Motors. He was very good. And his comment to me was that they want to submit bids and keep everybody honest and make sure that you know what you can get that vehicle for.
I know that we talked about this, and because it was budgeted for, we decided to, go forward with this. But I do, we had some conversation with Mike and Spencer about the future of our vehicles, about, the needs and the expense of them, and how, with the way things are going and, with the budgets and things now, this is a way of saving some money at some point and maybe utilizing some state bid stuff. Mike addressed some concerns with that, whether or not you always get the right vehicle and how much trouble you can have with them. But they are going to develop a program where you can kind of, see how we can hand it down at a quicker pace and through all the departments, kind of a pickup replacement, and just kind of hand it down to the most needy, or how would I want to say it, to the one that needs it the most on the highway. And then as that builds a few miles, and kind of trickle it down to the other departments so that they still have somewhat decent vehicles. So they were going to do an analysis on that.
So I'll just kind of wrap that point, Mayor.
Yep.
Basically, better sharing of vehicles between departments. And we're going to, with the equipment replacement plan that we tabled last week, we'll work up a equipment replacement plan that reflects kind of that more sharing between interdepartmental, passing things around. So we'll try and execute that for you guys.
And of course, that doesn't have anything to do with this particular vehicle, but what's the wishes of the?
Well, my opinion is to go through Bassett's. I like that idea that we set that precedence, like Commissioner Pierce said. Although, I want to keep our money locally. Makes good sense and business sense for that. But, like you said, it compromises our bidding process.
Mm-hmm.
And it does look shady. My thoughts.
Yep, that's ready to.
My thoughts are if we stay local, it should stay with the price that they bid it the first time. And as a commission, we can take the local vehicle, take the local vehicle. But I think we should take it for the price that they bid it, which doesn't make sense, but it keeps it local.
You're pretty much saying what he's saying.
Yeah.
I personally just don't want to have that people viewing this commission as questioning our integrity on it, And I completely understand what you're saying, Mike, and I appreciate what you're saying. But we're the ones that are gonna get the fingers pointed at us on it. I'm not willing to say just because they were local, we let them get away with something. And maybe that's not even what they were trying to do, but I can't
Mhm.
morally say.
Okay,
So there's three options before the commission. You can award the vehicle as is to the $46,400 bid.
Okay.
You can award to Bissett Motors, or you can award the lower bid. Realistically, to spend $3,100 on some running boards and a liner wouldn't be in the public way's best interest. It's general fund dollars, and I would remove that. If we have a larger contract, typically the way it would work, if we have a large contract and we have a lot of contractual documents associated with it, you would award the contract. Once you now have entered a contract, you can negotiate that price and make adjustments to that contract. In this particular case, it was just a bid opening. Right? We don't have all of that glamour and all of those front-end documents with it.
so if we award it to Bissett, we want to get what they bid for it. You don't want to have them take something off it now.
No,
Yeah.
their vehicle met specifications.
Yeah.
And so did the Lake Chevy vehicle met the specifications. It was just,
Okay,
we were made aware that evidently the higher priced local vehicle had other options that weren't noted on the bid documents.
I'll
I'm
make,
not a mind reader, I don't, so if we were to bid local, we would just go with that lower, in my mind, the lower price to have a vehicle that meets specifications and saves the city money.
the motion I would make would be to go with the vehicle from Bissett Motors.
is that your motion?
That's my motion.
We have a motion on the floor to go with Bissett Motors. Is there a second?
I'll second that then.
Commissioner Kanowski? Any further discussion?
Can we reopen the bid?
We can rebid it. We can deny the bids and then do it
Is
over.
that logical? Or is
We've done it before, I think.
But then again,
Yeah, it still sounds bad.
yeah,
Yeah,
That is an option. We can reject the bids and we can re-advertise.
but we have a motion at this point.
Right.
So any further discussion? If not, I'm going to do a roll call.
Commissioner Kanowski,
Aye.
Commissioner Hash,
Aye.
Commissioner Eulenkamp,
No.
Commissioner Pierce.
Aye.
Commissioner, Mayor Mo.
I'm going to go no, and the reason I'm going no, I'm wanting to go to a little bit more conservative on the vehicles, so I'm going to be a no. So the motion does carry. Okay. Item number 3, City Project 250-104, alleys and parking lots. Mike?
Included in your packet is a pay estimate for work completed to date. Total due this estimate is $95,467.56. I will draw the commission attention to the numbers for the downtown alleys. That contract is going to be a little bit higher than what was bid because we did a little more milling than what we had originally estimated in the plans. And based on the conditions of some of the alleys, we ended up putting down a little bit more asphalt in some areas, but it's all within the contract. Recommend approval of the pay estimate.
So I know we talked, or I saw, and maybe this isn't the place to say this, but I know there were some comments on Facebook about the alleyways, what's going to be done with that. There was some pooling of water elsewhere or in some of them. What's going to be done with that? And is it going to cost anything over what the bid is?
Okay, so there is punch list items. I refer to those, we call them bird baths, little areas of ponding water. There wasn't a lot of great longitudinal profile on the alleys where they just drain this way or that way. Some of them are very flat. And so there are some areas that have to be, they're on a punch list to be improved upon. The goal is to have that work completed. It was last week, now it's this week. It all depends on whether or not we can have that work completed yet this fall. Our goal is to have it completed this fall. And what it'll do is it'll be the equivalent of some paver patching, where we'll lay thin layers of asphalt in some of those lower pockets and level things out a little bit better. And so our goal is to have that work completed yet this fall. As far as the cost, we'll work with the contractor on that. It's small tonnage, small amounts of asphalt, so it's not very big dollar amounts regardless. If there's grinding and things that have to happen, that would be on the contractor. To fill in some areas with additional asphalt, it's a small dollar amount. We'll work with them to do what's fair. So yes, there are some areas. Are the alleys going to be perfect? They were not reconstructed. They were not rebuilt. It was a mill and overlay, and they were far from perfect when we started. They won't be perfect, but there are areas that are identified that have to be improved upon, about half a dozen of them, and we're looking to that end. In fact, I was downtown alleys this afternoon taking pictures, again, identifying those areas.
And I think that's important for people to know. It wasn't a reconstruction. If it was a reconstruction, all the work that would have been put into it at that point would have been way more than is here.
Well,
So, I mean, yes, I get where their frustrations come, but this versus what a complete reconstruction would have been is.
It's not what we want to see either.
Right.
The areas, the alleys were very irregular. We tried our best to improve the slope away from the buildings. You know, one of the areas between 3rd Street and 4th Street, I talked to a gentleman that's 94 years old that operated the Gamble store at a particular address. And he said, well, the standing water in the alley used to go in my basement all the time. So we tried to fix that to the extent practical. There's water standing outside the back door of that particular business. That's on the list where we will do what we can to address it. But yeah, reconstruction would be 5 times the cost of doing a mill and overlay. So, but yeah, things aren't perfect, and we strive to make that stuff better. And watch, there's just a lot of irregularities in the alley and very little profile to work with.
what's the wishes of the commission?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Commissioner Eulenkamp,
Second.
Commissioner Pierce, second. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Kowski.
Aye.
Commissioner Hatch.
Aye.
Commissioner Eulenkamp.
Aye.
Commissioner Pierce. President Malton.
Aye, motion carries. Item 4, City Project 250102, various mill and overlays.
This pay estimates for the citywide mill and overlay work, various locations throughout the city. Total due on this estimate is $392,562.36 for work completed to date. Recommend approval.
I'll make a motion to approve the amount of money that was mentioned.
Commissioner Kanowski,
I'll second.
Commissioner Hatch. Any further discussion? No further discussion, roll call.
Commissioner Kowski.
Aye.
Commissioner Hatch.
Aye.
Commissioner Eulenkamp.
Aye.
Commissioner Pierce.
Aye.
President Malton.
Aye, motion carries. Nothing under citizen comment. Informational items we have in our packet, Q3 economic and utility data, and our September 25 financial report. And the next item is a motion to approve the bills as submitted.
So moved.
Commissioner Pierce,
Second.
Commissioner Eulenkamp. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Kanowski.
Aye.
Commissioner Hatch.
Aye.
Commissioner Eulenkamp.
Aye.
Commissioner Pierce.
Aye.
President
Aye, motion carried. If there's no other business to come before the commission, meeting adjourned.